We are live here in Watford, a suburb of northwest London, and it really is historical that hundreds of international media outlets, German, Italian, Russian, French, British, AP from the United States, they are all here covering a group that in many Western countries they said did not exist. And so we've got a lot of big breaking news with David Cameron, the Prime Minister, now publicly today on Sky Television, Rupert Murdoch's outfit here in the UK, I'm going to Bilderberg. So now they've gone from it doesn't exist to, oh, it's no big deal, it's not powerful, you're a kook to want to know about this secret colluding lobbying group, to now, okay, it's like a G20 meeting, no big deal. But the point is, this has really discredited the power structure because they're behaving like and acting like they've never criticized people that talk about this. This is in the midst of a giant lobbying scandal here in the UK. And we also got on a barge and actually got onto the grounds and had them all freak out. And the police tried to board us with a boat. That was all pretty crazy. And then they made the boat stop and threw us off. And I walked back 3 miles, which is good. I need the exercise. But, folks, when we come back from break, some stations join us. That's why he's not on yet. Right there, first time ever.
Oh, yeah.
David Icke in here in our little makeshift studio, coming to you across the world. Again, the entire planet is starting to wake up to this, thanks to people like Jim Tucker, David Icke, myself. George Norrie is one of the first big outlets outside of my show in the U.S., and obviously a much bigger AM and FM presence to break it in the last decade. So George Norrie deserves a lot of credit. And by the way, George Norrie's been contacting us once we come on with an update tonight. We haven't gotten back with him yet. We're just now doing that, and I think I'm on John B. Wells Saturday. But if I haven't responded, I kind of forgot in the last few days that Wells had contacted us. If I haven't responded, I want to come on. That's how I communicate with people now, is over the radio. And hi to my wife and children. Love you out there. But when we come back, I'm going to try to get serious and try to go over a lot of questions in my mind for David Icke, because I've always liked the guy. But now meeting him in person, like him even more. He has quite the presence. And so does his son, very, very nice fella, who's going to be on with us and also works on the website, davidicke.com. So that is coming up after this quick break. My head is spinning right now at the amount of coverage of this and the fact that people are figuring out, wait, the regulators are meeting with the regulated, and these are the mega bankers that get trillions of our dollars. And why are the police, trying to block protesters from getting into the area when they're having their own future destroyed? This is really the incredible hoax that the establishment had with our trust, that they didn't exist and that the buck stops with the prime minister or the president. This is the hoax imploding and falling in on itself right now. That is what we're seeing happen. And now the real debate can start taking place about what is the agenda of these controllers. And so David Icke is here with us. I'll tell you the one thing that really gets through to the police I've talked to, because there's only one country that has higher cancer rates in some cancers than the United States, and that's the UK. And then Russia's right behind us. Russians used to live like 76 years. Now it's 50-something. So they actually die quicker than anybody in the West now. But when I talk about how they're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines, they've been caught doing it, and sterilants, and how it's a Bilderberg program. And I tell the cops, I bet you got kids dying of cancer. I bet your wife or son's dying. I bet you've got family dying young. And the cops start freaking out going, how do you know that? And I go, look, today, I've been saying this the last 4 or 5 days while I've been here, in advance of this. Today, the London Independent, this is in the hotel, half of Britons alive in 2020 will get cancer. But there's never discussion why. They admit it's exploding in here. Pediatric cancers in the U.S., on average, over 10,000% increase. Autism, over a 10,000% increase from 1 in 25,000 to 1 in 50-something. So the dehumanization extermination program is taking place.
I'm Darren McBreen, and these are some of the new items that are available now at InfoWarsShop.com.
Alert the public to Obama's blatant abuse of power with the new Obama t-shirt. Obama's Joker face on the front and come and take it on the back. It's time to publicly call him out for what he is, a tyrant. Defend the Second Amendment with our top seller Come and Take It t-shirts. And look at that, women's cut tank tops and t-shirts now available. Nice hat. Plus the Don't Tread on Me flag. And now you can become a micro distributor of the InfoWars magazine. Plus, get your own copy delivered right to your door each and every month. And if you're tired like I am of you and your family being exposed to polluted drinking water, get the Pro One high-performance water filter. It gets rid of all pathogenic bacteria, cyst, fluoride, heavy metals, and numerous other contaminants.
So join the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
I don't normally travel a lot. People know that, but I could see that we're at a critical juncture in modern history right now, with humanity awakening to the fact that there are corrupt powers that be, that there are secretive, oppressive agendas going on. And with me here in studio for the first time ever, it's so great to be able to meet him in person. Even more impressed now, getting to just meet him just about an hour ago, and he graciously came here first to this interview with us when he got for Watford, is David Icke. We're going to go to him in just a moment. But directing you to drudgereport.com and Infowars.com, I just want to say that it is amazing to be able to see how the alternative media has been able to become the mainstream media, and the facade, like Ceausescu's Romania falling, is happening. I had so much mainstream media here. Let's not exaggerate. I probably did 15 international TV interviews today, probably 10 yesterday or more. And most of them were not being smart-mouthed. And they were actually, oh, yes, now it's come out. The NSA spying, this government spying, it's illegal. There's illegal lobbying. So now what do we do? Then the BBC comes over and is like, aha, none of it's real. There's no one meeting here. Aha. It was like comic book characters. And I said, this is why you're so hated. You're acting like this. But look at these headlines up at Drudge. A lot of them are also at Infowars.com. But Drudge has that way of laying them out here. And I'm seeing people finally get it. The internet from hell, NSA, FBI secretly mining data from internet firms. They quite literally can watch your ideas as you type. That's a quote, mainstream news. What did I tell you 18 years ago? Because it was all in the Telecommunications Act, and it's all standardized worldwide by the globalists. It's a centralized corporate tyranny. A top secret PRISM program, a PRISM, visit data trove, vast data trove, billions of phone calls recorded daily, paper, Obama agenda, lost in firestorm. New York Times says Obama cannot lead anymore. I saw that yesterday. Obama comes out and says nobody is listening to your telephone calls. They're listening on record, but he tells us it's okay. It goes on here. Petraeus at Bilderberg to craft big data spy grid. That's on their own agenda. But I have sources inside Bilderberg. I'm going to tell you what they've told me after David Icke leaves us, but I'll share some of it with him. But I want to hear from him. I'm going to get to him in a moment. I know a lot of stations just joined us. We've got UK Prime Minister going from the media saying it doesn't exist to, oh, big deal, to now the Prime Minister showing up in almost as much security as you'd see at, a G20 or something. I mean, this is crazy. And the fact that they have denied all of this is blowing up in their face. And their intimidation of reporters, saying, we'll arrest you if you expose any of our spying, any of our persecution, we'll arrest you. I'm seeing a revolt by their own minions who were compartmentalized because of the intimidation. I think they thought we were intimidated, the general public, instead of just lazy. And I think it's backfiring on them. So that's some of what's coming up today. We'll also give you the headlines that are on Infowars.com.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.